So I'm trading the last rally that I think is going to happen here on the 5-minute euro. Now earlier I was talking to some people and they were saying, oh really? 109? So yeah, 109.10 is my target. So earlier today on the 1 hour, what happened here was, I think, yeah, where I left off was the last trade in here was to go long on this pullback into this last known notch here. So here was your only long trade, and then the wheels came off here, got too quiet, kablamo, backfill, all this and then some. And I started buying at about this point, right about here, as soon as we started cutting through here. So I loaded up. I had at least a 50 pip stop on some of this stuff, and I captured this whole thing. Now when it came back to here, I had to get out of stuff. And if I let the rest, see, this is one of the things about the order, when the orders run, is that say you bought here and it was a loser, and the stop for that was way down here, but it was a small position, so the order that it buys at this level is going to say have a stop here and get out here, and the one that buys here has a stop say here and it gets out at say here. So there's an order here to do this, but you have to imagine you lay this trap that you need the psycho new low to happen, and you have to buy that. So you have to step out in front, and a lot of people don't want to reverse at the edge because all the trend's saying down. Of course, when you go down here for 1 hour, you got to ask yourself, what the hell is that? And it's sitting below here, so you have 1 hour to, if you just traded on the clock, but you didn't have to, you could just place a whole spike strip there and grab that. Now, if you bought small here with a really wide stop, you still could have doubled your money, because if you wait, in other words, let the trade plan play out where it's buying on scalps down here, but also included in this whole rig is that you may have even bought here, and you're still up because that stop. Now that one maybe not, because if the stop was like this for that order, you'll be stopped out. But if you just put a ton of orders in, now I got to think about this. This is probably the last gasp of this thing. So 5 minute, and the rearview mirror got the 1 hour. And so here's a double bottom in time. Double bottom here correlates to this top, but this is fair value as far as I'm concerned. So I really loaded up, and if you wanted to accumulate during the sideways phase, here's another ridiculous myth, is that you never want to add to a losing position. Well, it's not true. If your goal is here, and say you're long, and it starts to pull back. Let's see. No, you got in. Say you bought here, and it's coming down. You have to add to a losing position, because once you realize that you should have waited for this price, which is the middle of the road. This is like a Andrews pitchfork, but it's a horizontal Andrews pitchfork. And if you were just trying to make money to the next exit door, which is the 5 minute chart, it's pretty fast and furious. A lot of money here in this 5 minute chart if you're quick on the draw. Okay, so now this is the moment of truth. This is the pullback, and right here we have to complete this wave. So I'm going to take off my winners. I'm going to re-enter on a pullback. I already got buy limits here, looking for this last plunge. Because if we're really going to go up to 109, we've almost got to punish everybody that's got an order in. So now I'll buy in pullbacks here for a super shallow entry. So I decided to just put everything on hotkey keyboard. This way I can keep track of the scripts and keep running the same plunge style. So pretty much approaching this with the plunge technique, catch a falling knife. And these balls here can magically stop the market from dropping. Well, what it's about is, or I could have sold up there, but it's still in an uptrend, so I'm going to get in super tight, which is almost like buying it back for what I just paid for it, but I was able to ride up this little blast on the 5-minute. Now this is where there could possibly pull it back all the way to the starting gate. So as long as I gauge the fall of this, and on the really tight orders, every pip matters. So as the market's pulling back here, and you're getting in super tight on every little inch of pullback. Okay, now I'm going to go in deeper. Those are 15-minute orders. There's a half-hour script. Super deep here, but if you can imagine the market doing what it did down here, which is come down, retest this zone, big battle here, but you're getting in like this, tiny orders. Some are scalps, some are things, some actually cash out here. Now if you walked away from this trade, you could have rode it all the way to there, and this is the exit door obviously. And this 5-minute volley, got the worst gut ache. Cheap coffee, no, that was too strong. Anyways, like here, since I'm barely in, I'm going to buy more if they stop hunt this guy. Okay, now I got to buy a little bit of the market because I think I might have missed it there. But here's the hard part. Now waiting for them to fill these limits, or should I add on to it in anticipation that we're going to go after these wicks? 5-minute chart. I guess you can wait for the most premium setup on the 5-minute because you've got 5 minutes now. I mean, if I go like this, I can justify not buying at the market because I'll get the better order if I buy a retest of this 5-minute wick. And it also will buy down in here. Now, I can make this order super big. Once you build the account up, you could literally buy from here. If you can imagine a plunge script that buys from here to here with a master stop here, you're buying little itty bitty orders, right? Itty bitty. And you got the guys that are buying down here get out here right near the master stop. So the other thing to do is, and of course these would all be orders that you probably want to place at least 10 pips away from the market because you don't want to overload the you want the orders to be staggered. So and we'll buy from here, but if it gets stopped out, it goes into free fall. You're in no margin until you get to here, and then it gushes into this. Now, I literally traded an account today, I'm not kidding, right down to like almost blowing it up. But with all the confidence of somebody just driving a car, I had no qualms about putting a buy limit, trailing behind the market here to capture what I know's coming. That is the infamous stop hunt. Infamous smash and grab. The ATM trade, which is on this 5-minute. If you punch in the key every 15 minutes, you're going to pick up these trades here where they come down, clip, and rip. And it's telling you what, I mean, it's all this market seems to do. Double top here, and then I had a double top here, and when I was talking to these traders, they said, well, I was like, well, look at this, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pulls back a little bit, then it fills this one void. Now we satisfied that. Goes sideways here, and then make another lunge. After this one, we could actually cut up pretty hard if it happens near the end of the day. So depending what time of day this happens, but here it is. Instead of buying at the market, I'm buying this wick on just an elaborate pile of orders. Now, if I think I've overloaded the wagon, or there could be a possible wagon overloading because if this thing comes flying back, I'm going to put a 1 hour script that is so deep that when you run this thing, the market's got to come all the way here in an hour. And this is a retracement strategy here where you buy low, you sell high up into it. It's already written into it. Okay, looks like I'm missing out on my chance to buy here. So I guess I'm going to ride what I have, and then maybe if it pulls back one last time. And that's what's really annoying is like these kind of tops here, very choppy, and it couldn't get the party started here, but kept flirting with a possible breakout earlier. And there was 6 fake outs above the closing price on the 5-minute. If you go straight here, double top, triple top clean, and there's a double inside here. So this, if you just look at the wicks as being nothing more than a bidding, of course, if you're selling on stops or at the market, you can tell always where you're selling. You can't always tell where you got filled on the long side. So now the same thing on the sell limits. There's enough. If you're expecting tonight it to go up, say you throw in a 50 pips north, it looks like this. This would sell from 50 to 120 with a 150 pip stop for 3 hours. So I don't think it's going to happen, but this is what it looks like when you lay it in there. And I actually got leftovers that I placed in here way up high in case we were going to get this bizarre move today, which would have been ripping all the way up into where the top became the bottom on the daily here. So there's a clean top bottom right here. Just perfect, you know. It doesn't get any better. Of course, there is this 50 pip, 40 pip wick here. So today was the Wednesday was the big smash here. Inverted hammer, then a retest and went slightly lower, and you could have had. We never made it to the 107. That was the dream for all the bears. 107. Sting. Of course, I'm going to be getting out here. This would be the. This is like 108.25. I'm sorry, 109.25 is this price right here. So that looks like a kind of no-brainer thing. And then, of course, maybe another retest. It's always going to be sideways is the way to make money, I think. But love sideways, lots of trades, and lots of thrills and spills. At least you can see the top bottoms set up faster on the it sets up faster on the 5-minute. Get this guy out of the way. So I'm looking for that one last pullback, and I could buy in a limits here. I try to just look at the closing price. So I'm waiting for that to set up into the. It's got to pause right about here. Give me a double bottom on the 5-minute. But without trading at the market, which saves a lot of guesswork, because you certainly want to buy at least 5 pips deeper than you normally would, because you got to make up for the terrible spread and everything, and all this volatility. But the catch a falling knife is totally debunked as not being proper trading technique. Because who doesn't want to buy low and sell high? So these balls are magically designed, like I said, these are magically designed to cushion the fall of the market. So as the market drops into these balls, they're like, think about them as airbags on the car, and there you go. Okay, now we just another 5 minutes passed, so I could drop another 15-minute order. Expose myself for 15 minutes to a psycho plunge into these balls. Then it retraces. Now the very bottom ball here should have a scalp built into it or something. And actually, these are designed to just get out here. So this order here that's going to buy this ball, it gets out somewhere up here. I'll take profit. And this ball probably gets out here. And it's really designed for nothing more than one of these moves. It really, the top orders, I think the 2 top that I wrote in there are designed to take profits way up high, like continuation. So this is the answer to the, if they're trying to take you out of a trend trade, instead of getting in really heavy and riding it, because you know there's a pullback coming, you just put in a trailing, where people have their trailing buy stops for protection, you got trailing buy limits to get picked up in the stream. Now the only problem is that if you write this one to last a half hour, which I did, you got to keep coming back and punching this button every half hour if you want to maintain that depth of pip for a strategy bounce off of this. And I put these guys way outside of the edge because if this slices through, I want it to I want where I think it's the ripest place to get in. But if it does one last, like I can't believe it went that low, like say we're buying this pullback here, like you know this double top exists, but you want to buy fair value, which is right here. You'll buy a 50% pullback or whatever this is, like 50% from here, and your first fill is here. You got to have enough money in the account to withstand crushing all the way back into that, fill that up. Then you probably dump here. And here was the last entry. Or you're just watching that because you think, well, now here's the pullback I'm expecting to happen right now. Now it does look like they could possibly fill these tickets. So as the margin starts to fill up, without overloading the account, this is something to think about. Is these are the biggest winning trades in the world, but if you don't have enough money in the account, forget about it. You're screwed. And I can only speak from blowing up so many accounts, but realizing that this works. Okay, now here comes the possible ATM move. I really do think we're going up, but maybe if all we do is come back, if all we do is go like this, I will make money. Smash down, back up. So all that has to happen is this move. If we keep going up, I'm already long, so I would get out here. And if this really comes flying back and stops out of these guys, it'll fill for that retrace. This is all backup plans. As long as you stagger this. Now, this looks like a double bottom buy here, but the beauty of it is that normally I would buy at the market. So I put inside of here what I would normally do. Like if I saw this pulling back and I wanted to be long, I'd be buying at the market. I used to buy at the market the whole time that was dropping. Buy, 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 buy. But then I thought, come on, they're going to rip it all the way back into here, probably, right? So what's possible is a smash into this whole thing comes to here, pauses, and then how many times have we seen that? How many times has Forex done that? And look at this, so this is why range trading, I am trend trading in a way because I did get long. But it's not like I'm oblivious to the pullback punishments. Now this order here lasts an hour. If it fills this order, it's almost money in the bank. I mean, I don't even know if it'll get there. Of course, when the market's really coming in wrap like this here, earlier, if you would have placed it here, and that's 1 hour, this is about 2 hours down. 2 hours down, 1 hour up. But that's what, this time of day, even this time of day, is just great. Now, they try to kick these people out of this thing. I think it's going to here. I mean, you only got, to get to here, it's like, whatever price that is, 109, like 109, 12 maybe, 109.15. So that looks like the obvious target tonight or tomorrow morning or whatever, London Open. But this thing's really got a nice head start coming into Asia here. Of course, we still got this much time left. But I think it's a no-brainer buy back here where we left the station so we could retest here, buy here, and all in through here. People that sold there, they're already up in this trade. So I'm buying right here over the next 15 minutes, and if it crushes down in here in the next half hour, so I'm giving it a half hour to get down this deep. That would be it'd be a psycho spike. So it's really kind of low risk because what I'm really most concerned with is getting in on these 5-minute wicks like this. This constant poking into here. These are just, this is like stupid trading, like just 15 minutes. So if you had dropped the order right here on the first thing, and if you go up, this order still exists to buy a retest. And it really wouldn't matter. You could have sells up there too, but your sells, you'd have to run the sells. As soon as you get down, you're putting in sells, sell limits. So you're really upside down. You're backwards trading from what most people consider. Okay, looks like we're going up here. So I'll buy one at the market, plus I hopefully got filled on the spike strip I laid. So I'm trading on the clock here. You got like half hour left in the stock market, and so I'm running the stock market here, and this is the 5-minute Dow Jones. We're below. We fell below break even, which is up here earlier. And gold, I'm expecting to go to 11.15 tonight, or tomorrow morning, or 1 and open. Silver is locked at 15 even. It's just like we're almost 15 dead on. So it's like the calm before the storm and NFP tomorrow. But the setup before NFP, all these moves here to me seem to be easier trades, more predictable than waiting for the news to come out. Of course, the news will be a riot to trade. Should be obvious what's going to happen there. I think Euro's going to retrace like you can't even believe it. Of course, it could keep plunging though. I guess there's no gold could fall through the floor. Anything could happen, but it's certainly 5-minute chart this time of day. Pretty easy money. Pretty low volatility money, I should say. Not like you're going to get blindsided here. And this was just the controversy about trying to get through this price. But we've gotten through it. We almost gotten through it. So if we get through it here, so right now this is the big deal. And this was the triple bottom that became the double top. Another double top. Slight pullback. Filled this void now. I'm buying this whole thing for at least this move. And possibly a takeout of the high of the day. It's my big brainstorm there. And always looking to buy these ATM rates. So I'll put one more 15-minute guy in here. Because I need to max out the margin in this account to really crank it. I crank this account up. But of course Thursday. And the Friday, week's over. Just about had it. And at this time of day, there's very creeper gear energy, not a lot of energy. So looking for a psycho plunge here. Pullback city. I'm throwing the kitchen sink now. Good for that. Okay, well they just stopped somebody out there, so maybe that stop hunt's over. And my 15-minute orders got filled, it looks like. I just saw my margin go up. I won't put any buy stops in, maybe one. This will have a long-legged exit. So my buy stops are trend trades that have like a wide stop and a wide take profit. But for the most part, this thing's actually going to cash out as it zips up into here. I really thought, well, so I'll stay in this whole thing till we get above this round number, but I thought, no, it's too ridiculous because as soon as we came up here, it take everything off the table, you know. Almost everything off up in this chop zone, because this is going on for a while now. This could be a reaccumulation before we really go up. And stop hunt back all the way into this thing. So I want to buy all the way back into here, max out all the margin, cash out on some of it there, let the rest ride to here, and then to here. Ultimately, it's going up. And if you look at the island, you know, there's like an inverted head and shoulders on the daily here. This is the head right now. And look at this thing, man. Look at this. Could be the shoulder here if you wanted to actually do that stuff, right? This would be your shoulder, head, shoulder. This could be the shoulder too, and I guess it was. But this retesting of this is so critical, and just the scalp to here is just the quick and dirty money. But wow, I mean, yeah, and we come down in here tomorrow. But I want to buy this and get out. I want to scalp this whole thing down in here, pretty much. Anyways, okay, looks like the pullback's over, and let's take a look at this. I want to buy a little bit of the market here, I guess. Okay, so 5 minute, and this would be the double bottom. This is stop hunt. Here's another moment of truth that we're just going to keep cascading down in. And if that's the case, then I will use all the margin in this account. I'll load it up and ram it the other way. I don't see any other way to do it. I put one buy stop in there, it didn't get filled. Another thing, as it's dropping here, if I don't think I got enough margin loaded, I'll start putting buy stops, and I won't buy at the market, but I'll just, because if it drops really fast, that would determine what kind of order I'm putting in. So if I wait 5 minutes here, and only pull the buy stop button every 5 minutes as it's dropping, it won't fill me. Well, I've tried to lock in everything from here back to here now. So I'm going to put another buy limit in, 15 minutes. Let's see if I can crank this account. And these balls will stop the market. It's been proven. This is the inversion of Newton's law. That once a ball in front of a market in motion, a ball will stop a market in motion. So I have to wait another 3 minutes here for it to drop some more before I put in another ball cushion entry. Because otherwise, I'll overload the account. It'll be disastrous. I might get stopped out of the ones I already dropped. So this is kind of weird because this time of day, we're kind of setting up for Asia already. Okay, the price has to go through that first ball for me to drop another spike strip, because that's why I don't have to go for a different script. And since I know how this script runs, then it's just waiting. And I could go to this whole library list and drop another one, but it's really complicated. I guess I'm trying to stay on one style of order. I do have one here that would buy, say, okay, we just touched that first star. We didn't get filled. So we have to wait to get filled on this guy. So we're pretty much cordoning off all these orders for inventory usage. So I used to, what I was running before was, but I would have to get in, say, 10 pips deep here. That's why I run this half-hour button. So here's the half-hour button. I don't think we're going to make it down there. So the option is to have a key for this. This would cover deeper. Okay, so here's a pause. You can buy at the market here, but I think we're going to go slightly lower. So every 5 minutes you could drop one of these. Anytime the market moves really big, I say put an order in. Because it means the market's really slamming down. And you got, yeah, you got to wait about 5 more minutes here. So that's the problem with trading. It's really boring. I don't know if girls like it. Probably not. Like, what are you doing now? Oh, trading. Well, that's what you're doing before. Yeah. So I bought a little bit here, but Looks like they're going to crush it. I'm looking for 109. We're 20 pips from 109. Okay, so 5 more minutes. Okay. Get back to this. This is the original starting gate. Is this right here? This the body of that doji right there. So I kind of got to get to here. So all these orders are in there, and I haven't really done the math here, so I'm going to see how much it fills up. Let's pull it back. I guess I got stopped out of something here, so let me buy. So earlier what I was doing was, even though I was getting stopped out of stuff, I just kept putting orders in. Alright, so this way I layered back into the everything up until this guy. So if we smack down another 3 pips, I would put in another set of balls. Okay, that's what I want to see. A nice cycle plunge. Now I put in more balls. The more it drops, because it's a known fact. These balls can stop a moving market. And this is what you usually see too. Complete obliteration. No, they got to go after all these bulls. Major stop hunt. Now I'll put a buy stop in here possibly. Looks like I overloaded the long wagon. Okay, so now buy stops. Now these are trend trades. Put in a market order. And another buy stop. So I'm trying to lock this puppy in here. Put some scalp buy stops in. Okay. Another limit order because I'm still not in enough margin. Just got to max this thing out. Right back to the starting gate. Look at that puppy. Touch that top. Duh. Okay, so you could have bought at the market, you could have babysat this puppy, or you could buy one there. But I just bought all the way into the thing. Now I'm going to put half hours in. Now I could see it coming back here. It's coming down so fast now. I could see it getting back here in a half hour. So I'm going to put everything else here. Set it, forget it, walk away. Come smacking all the way back here. I've seen this. I've seen this market come back 30 pips, crush everybody out, go back up. And look where it's at now, from this pull back here. I mean, we've seen this a million times. All the way to here, doubled your money from here to here. Tripled, more than doubled your money there. And if you held on the whole thing to here, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Now I'm totally loading up here. Don't even try to stop me from buying this. Okay. I'm putting in the kitchen sink now. Okay. Almost got the right film out here. Okay, another 15-minute order. So we've got to drop another 10 pips in 15 minutes. It's not going to happen. Alright, there you go. So it's locked in. Stock market's closing. Probably stock market's rallying right now. It's probably the last rally though. Yeah, look at it. See, it's up. Now, look, it's up 31. Big deal. It's a fake out. Dollar's going to hell. We got DAX straight up. Alright. Let's go to the back to the trading desk here. Alright. This is where I'm supposed to get in. But since I didn't know how long that was going to take to get there, and I actually want to buy the whole pullback. Now I could not have bought that. I can buy it on stops going the other direction, but I want to buy it in both directions. Now I could have put a big fat order here with one stop, but I didn't want to just trade one position. Or I could buy here at the market really heavy. Set an alarm here, see how it behaves. But it could have just pulled back to here. I've seen that before. And look at this 5 minutes. Look how fast that thing. Here was the double top sell. So if you're selling tops, you know this top exists. You just put an order in the sell there. Takes out that low. If you got filled on stops here, here's your exit. Okay, still getting pulled back. Still pulling back. Okay, so we're starting to fill up this thing. It's just about as much margin. The rest will be filled on buy stops as we go up. The 1 hour, I guess you could say there's pulls back into this top here. This is the previous big deal. But always going to be good to buy here, really super hard. So you always have to have dry powder for these things. Okay, I'll buy at the market a little bit. But I definitely don't. Now there are stops to get filled on this thing as it goes up like a zipper. So that'll be chasing it because in the, they're going to buy. If I drop those orders up here and they last an hour, if they last 15 minutes on this buy stop drops, they'll be gone by the time this thing cuts through. But if it cuts through like a zipper here, it'll just pick all that stuff up. And that's the idea behind a buy stop that decays over time is that if it's 15 minutes and you trade a lot, you want them to last just 15 minutes. Because if you really trade a heavy close to the market, just as this thing's starting to come back, it'll only fill in the orders that still exist, and that would be like the ones from here. Because if you start buying up in here, this could be another one of these trap and pullbacks. So you never know if it's a trap. And if you suspect there's a trap, you could make money off that. Now this thing has to go up now for me to make money, unfortunately, to make a decent amount of money. But that's my pullback entry today. And then tonight, or just as we come into the close of the stock market here in about 15 minutes, a rally up into here would make me some money on a close here. Otherwise, we're just going to keep tanking. So hopefully there's enough money in the account, and I'll be getting stopped out of these. Should we crush down more? Then I want to definitely want to get filled deeper here. So without going to the 1 minute chart, you can see there's a possible one more smash to here coming. And all these right to here. And this would be a great place to make the final pullback. And yeah, moving averages, you know, I mean, that was a nice run up to here. So I have to see how much more they can push in the next 15 minutes, and those orders will be gone. If I stop pulling the 15-minute trigger right now, if we get to 4 o'clock and we haven't pulled back to here, these orders will die off and we'll be sitting deeper. So the idea is that when we come here deeper, then you just keep dropping the same style of orders to get to buy a plunge, but then the exit's going to be here. So if we start getting filled later on, and without trading too much at the market, because that's always dicey, but here you had to go with the this being the big pivot, to buy a little bit at the market here for a scalp, and the rest is you know, I try to make at least the ratio of double your money or triple your money on just about every script in here. So hopefully most of the fills are right there. the deepest amount. But that's, to me, that's how to enter on a trend trade, because the inevitable pullback's coming. And sure, you may be bullish, but all the counter trend traders are just cleaning up. And but the time to place a buy stop is right down here, this pullback, because you'll get picked up on this 5-minute stairway that's being cut, sliced, that you suspect will be taken out like a zipper as we march north into the you've got a little bit of time left here in the stock market, and you got this huge rally here, which is only coming up into the resistance levels here. So it's like an inversion of the market, and of the, this stock market's kind of inverted to the euro dollar. Everything's kind of sort of in this thing, but yeah, it's kind of sloppy. Well, that's my entry there. So I'm riding this puppy out to my first target's here now, and that's I don't know, just going to try to make money on these 10, 12 pip swings tonight, and that's my big trade plan.